Hi, everybody. This is Bennett Sebastian with Envision Construction and Development. This is a series of interviews that I'm doing with professionals in the commercial real estate industry that I hope you find informative and educational. My first interview is going to be with Jamie Hawkins with BOS Office Furniture. She's going to shed some light on what's happening in the office furniture world right now. It's a hot topic to get people back into the office, and she's going to talk about some of the things that uh, uh, companies can do to facilitate social distancing in the office. She's also going to talk about how to budget for furniture and how to plan for a move. So hope you find it informative and educational. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right into that meeting. Jamie, welcome.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you, Bennett.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too.
Good, good. Well, hey, the reason I wanted you to come on is because I wanted to let the audience know a little bit about what's happening in the furniture world as it relates to COVID and some of the impacts that it's having on planning for furniture. That seems to be the first line of defense that companies have to address social distancing. I think ultimately there's going to be some more infrastructure type changes that landlords will need to take into consideration, but I think this is a hot topic, and so I wanted you to come on and share. So I thank you for doing that.
Of course. Yeah. It's a very hot topic right now. I work for BOS and we sent out a survey back end of March, it was, and this survey asked questions to our clients and all of the end users that we work with, and just tried to get a feel about where they were. And we're about ready to conduct another part 2 of the interview here in a couple of weeks. But what we found, the results were that 70% of people are really scared to get back to work. So how do we make the workplace environment safe for our employees? Because at the end of the day, I feel like it is really important that we all get back to work. So that means several different things. You can move around your furniture, you can add divider screens, you can have a schedule where you alternate staff that comes in and out on certain days to just limit the amount of people that are there. And it's really making higher divider partitions. And we could talk more about that as we go through this.
Yeah, well, you've shared a presentation that you guys put together, so I can bring that up real quick, and you can kind of
Okay.
walk us through real quick some of the samples that of before and after setups. So here I'll bring those up.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this first example here, this is a storage space and something that we call benching system. The left side current state is what the client could have had before COVID. The middle short term is, pretty self-explanatory. It's just a short-term solution. And by that, what we did was we removed those pedestals that are at each workplace. So those pedestals right there that we're showing have a cushion top. So it's a secondary seating for a guest, quick touchdown space for a small one-on-one group meeting. So we've removed those in that situation. The panels are still there. They're still 6 feet apart, so we're good on this example. The next side with the long term, we've eliminated half of the stations, and we've also added more divider partitions. So this is something that the client is saying, okay, we feel like COVID's going to be here for a year or two down the road, and this is just something that we feel that we need to do.
Okay. And you got some more examples?
Yeah. The next page is an example of private office. Current state, that looks like a typical private office with a guest seating right across from the employer or the person's office. And then there's a collab area behind them with 2 seats and a table. So short term would be to just move that guest chair to the back of the room, have some space there. And long-term would be, okay, let's give the person that's sitting back there maybe a more comfortable chair, laptop table, so that it can have a meeting with the two people.
Okay.
Benching, this is pretty similar to the first example, removing half of the seats for short term, and long term it would be adding looks about a 7, 8, 9-foot divider screen and really separating the space.
Okay.
Cafes. So this has been a pretty hot topic with, what do we do with our break rooms? This is a place that people like to go hang out, eat lunch together. What do we do in this situation? And really it's reconfiguring and removing seating. So in the short term, we're showing how we remove some of the seating. We made sure that people aren't facing face to face in those benches in the back. And the long term would be, okay, we still want to try to get as many people as we can. So how do we configure that space? And we added another bench and another table, but it's just one person per table there.
Okay.
Benching, it's kind of the same as some of the other examples, removing seating and adding screens. Yeah, long term, you could see how really private that is and closed off. That is.
Yeah, but you managed to go back to 6 workstations in this example with the privacy screens.
Exactly. So a lot of these long-term situations are maximizing the amount of employees with the products. Some people, honestly, they don't want to buy these products right now. They just kind of want to wait and see what's going to happen. So in that situation, you just need to remove seating and get people 6 feet apart and hopefully not sit across from each other.
Okay.
Conference room, short term is removing the seating. So we've gone from 8 to 4, and long term is it's still 4, but the seating is different. Maybe you're not in there as long. So we made more of a temporary, less comfortable, I guess I would say, seating arrangement.
Yeah, I think employees would like the fact that they're not going to be required to sit in there for very long.
Yeah, more casual space.
Yeah.
And panels, this is what we're showing here with workstations or cubicles. And there are so many different reconfigurations that we could do here. One of our manufacturers, Hayworth, everything is an integrated kit of parts. So it's like Legos, and it all can be reconfigured and moved around to really help with the social distancing.
Okay.
And you can stack on those panels as well to make them higher.
Oh, okay.
And beam-based, here's just another example that we're showing by removing seating. Just that, like in the current state, how we have that light blue ottoman there, that's not needed anymore. We can take that out so somebody's not sitting close to another employee. And in the long term, we put everybody back to back.
Okay.
And that's just some examples, just
Okay.
to help get a visual of what we can do.
Okay, good deal. So some of the things that I wanted to ask you is, so we know obviously, that there's some changes that we need to make when it comes to planning for furniture. Talking a little bit about what your company does for clients. One thing I didn't realize is that you all have interior designers on staff, and you can help them with their space plan. Can you talk about that a little bit?
About 30 to 40% of our staff has degrees from interior design schools. So what that means is we'll take a floor plan, and we can do all space layouts that are up to code and up to occupancy codes, ADA codes, and make sure that the space requires all the guidelines that are needed for the employees. So, and that is free of charge. It's included in your purchase. And we could do different test fits and renderings, visualizations. Everything is really based through our design department. That's a big part of us.
And the client can just take that and hand it to their architect, and the architect can put it together, or their interior designer can put it together and get it stamped and go to construction.
Yep. We work with architects and other interior designers, GCs, all the time.
Good deal. That's a valuable service. Client should know that's there. So tell us a little bit of what else that your company does for their clients in the packages that you provide.
Sure. So BOS is known for 360-degree services. So what that means is everything is in-house, in control. So rather than working with a group of different people coming from different backgrounds, different companies, everything is handled with us. So it starts out with the design, the programming, maybe it's doing test fits for your space, different options, budgeting. Then it goes through once we've made decisions, it goes through our procurement process. And we have a whole division of people that do nothing but customer service and procurement. And then after it's been ordered, we have an on-site warehouse, and it gets received and delivered. We make sure everything is correct that we're getting, and then we schedule delivery install, and those installers are through BOS as well.
Okay.
So as you can see, we are in control of everything. And another important thing is that we're an ESOP company. So all of those employees that you deal with have stock in our company.
That's good. It's get some good service that way.
Right.
You mentioned budgeting. So what can clients expect to pay, or how should they budget for furniture? I mean, is it on a per head basis? Is it a per square foot basis? Can you talk a little bit about that and what the range of cost might be?
Sure. So it starts out with a rate. It's based on square footage, and it starts out at $15 to $20 a square foot is what we like to call our value lines. Now we have over 250 manufacturers that we partner with. And so out of that, we could find very low end to very high end products and manufacturers. So we tell people that it starts $15 to $20 a square foot, and that can include private offices, conference rooms, break rooms, social spaces, workstations. That's just a good mix of everything. From there, it goes 20 to 25 is mid-range. And then your high end is going to be 25 and up to $30 a square foot about. Okay.
Well, that's good information to know. So at what point should clients start thinking about their furniture? If they know they've got, their lease is expiring in a year, and, they're going to be moving into a new space, at what point should they be starting to think about furniture?
It's never too early. The earliest, the best. And even if you just come to us and say, hey, we have 50 employees, we want to try to get to 75, how much space should I be looking at? And then they go and they shop the market, find a perfect suite, and then they could come back to us, and then we start planning and budgeting. So really, it can never be too soon. A lot of people come to me within 2 to 3 months, and we do it all the time, and that's okay, but it's not recommended to really plan and program and make sure that we're providing the right solutions for their workplace.
Okay.
Typical lead time on products is about anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, is kind of mid-range from the time we order it, but so much goes from the time we order it to back to when we really need to start planning.
Yeah, and there's a lot of work that's got to get done before you order it, and that space plan needs to get turned into a construction set of documents, which needs to turn into a permit and turns into a physical space before a lot of that happens. So
Exactly. It's a
yeah,
process, and there's a lot of details that a lot of people don't think about, and that's our job is
yeah.
as a professional.
You did share with me a move checklist, and that's a really valuable piece of information. I'll put your email address at the end of this so clients can email you to get a copy of that.
Okay.
I think that's a very valuable thing, and you guys help with some of that as well. It's not just selling furniture. You guys provide some assistance with project management.
We do. Project management is also included in our services, and that means we could go and take inventory of your space and see what you have, what you don't have, what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep. And then we can move it over to your new space, so we can disassemble everything and move it over. And yeah, our project manager just really keeps track of all the details that go into moving, and we help make you think of the things that, it's a hard job. And also too, that person also has a day-to-day job, the client of ours, that they're trying to do their day-to-day job and take care of the moving and the list and all that. So that's just where we can come in and help out.
Yeah, well, that's a great service to add. Sure, clients would like to know that that's included in their budget, because that could really take up a lot of time for 1, 2, 3 employees who could be doing a lot of other things, more valuable things than planning their move.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's great. What are some of the mistakes that clients make when thinking about furniture, ordering furniture, besides just waiting too long to get started?
Yeah, besides procrastinating and waiting to the last minute, I would say ordering online. I mean, unfortunately, it's the thing to do right now because of Amazon and Wayfair and all that stuff. And they find a chair and they order it online and they get it and the chair breaks. And then what do they do?
Hmm.
So when you work with BOS, everything that we provide has a warranty. And we have a service technician that is on staff. And if something breaks, we go out there, we look at it. If we can fix it, great. If it's under warranty, we order the part, and then we come out and we fix the chair, table, I mean, anything.
Okay,
So BOS really takes care of you after your purchase as well.
that's great. That's great. So, hey, I forgot to ask to share with the audience a little bit about your background, and I know you were an interior designer.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into office furniture.
Of course, I went to FSU for interior design degree. I did commercial interior design for about 11 or 12 years after I graduated here in Central Florida area. And I've always wanted to go into sales, to be honest with you. And with interior design, you could really do so much as a manufacturer representative, work on the dealership side, work for an architecture firm. So I just thought it was a great time to work with BOS. I really love their values and what BOS is about. And I can still use my interior design background and experience and education and help clients making sure that they're getting the right solutions for their space. So, it's a kind of best of both worlds with sales and interior design.
Oh, that's great. Seems like a really good fit.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Jamie, I don't have any other questions. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge with my audience, and again, appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so, but thank you so much, Bennett, for inviting me to do this.
Absolutely. Hopefully next time we'll do it in person.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Jamie, thanks a lot. Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you.
Bye.